So in this video, I'm comparing two weather apps that I'm using for fishing. First one is Windy's app, and the second one is Willy's app. In this video, I've decided to compare the two and see which one is more accurate. For the most part, I used Willy's app and I had no issues. But this time, I've seen some conflicting data. Windy's showed secondary swell and Willy's doesn't show secondary swell. So here we are looking at Windy's app in Sonoma County, July 8th. So primary swell comes at 4 feet 6 seconds. Secondary swell comes at 3 feet 14 seconds with 7 miles per hour wind. Then it goes at 11 a.m. primary swell 3 feet 6 seconds, secondary swell 3 feet 14 seconds, 5 miles per hour wind. At 2 p.m. primary swell is 4 feet 14 seconds, secondary swell at 1 foot 13 seconds. It's starting to calm down a little bit. So at 5 p.m. primary swell shows 3 feet 14 seconds interval, and there's no secondary swell, which is ideal conditions for fishing. And then at 8 p.m. there's 3 feet 13 seconds for primary swell and 1 foot 18 seconds for secondary swell, but the wind will pick up to 17 miles per hour. So when we are comparing it against Willy's app shows different data. So at 4 a.m. it's at 5.2 feet swell at 14 seconds apart. And then at 12 p.m. it's 13 seconds apart, 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m. At 4 p.m. is where it becomes a rocky ride. It's at 5.6 foot swell with 6 seconds apart. So from 4 a.m. up until 4 p.m. it shows 13 to 14 seconds interval, which is overall a decent ride because you want your interval to be 2 to 3 times higher than your swell. But this data conflicted with the Windy's app. Most likely it was due to that Willy's app did not show a secondary swell. So for comparison, we're looking at 8 a.m. data. Windy's app on the left side shows primary swell to be 4 feet 6 seconds interval and secondary swell 3 feet 14 seconds interval. Willy's app on the right side shows 5.6 foot swell at 13 second interval. So ideally, Willy's weather forecast looks a lot better than the Windy's. But which one is more accurate? So let's look at one more example. On the left side, Windy's app shows 3 feet 14 seconds interval. Secondary swell shows 2 feet 7 seconds interval. On the right side, Willy's app shows 5.9 foot swell with 6 seconds apart. So I've decided to check and compare which one is more accurate, Willy's or Windy's app. So it's right now it's let me see 8 a.m. Here it shows how frequent the swells were, which made me realize that Windy's app was more accurate than the Willy's app. Nice size vermilion. It's a good size. That's a serious vessel out there. Oh wow. Can't see it, I guess, but that thing is just it's rocking. You can barely see it on the camera. Man, these frequent swells just make me nauseated so bad. It looks pretty calm because the GoPro doesn't show this way, but in between it's about 4-foot swell with 6 minutes apart. Man, it makes me nauseated. I usually don't have issues with seasick, but today, man, just, yeah, definitely not the best time to come out. And the biting is also not good. Well, I guess when there's such huge swings in the waves and swells, and the secondary swell. Biting is not good either. So Ideally, it's better to come out in calmer time, where you could catch more fish. Last time I've been here, I caught quite a lot of fish, but not today. I've got three rockfish and a whole bunch of tiny ones. No lingcod. That was my target, but no lingcod today. Which maybe some other day. Thank the Lord for this day. Thank the Lord Jesus Christ for everything. And I'll be turning around and packing up and going back home.
Dang, look at all. What? Wow. That's crazy. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 rockfish. Dang.
In this experiment, Windy's app showed a lot more accurate data. Swells were coming in so quickly, I felt nauseated most of my trip. Willy's app, on the other hand, did not show secondary swell data, which is crucial in fishing. From now on, Windy's app will be my first choice to check on the weather before going out fishing.